have been well trained.
No.
You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Oh, do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chance Cube coverage of the 2018 World Championship of Star Wars Destiny. My name is Todd and in this video we're going to be watching a battle between Luke on the left running Obi-Wan Kenobi and eMaz Kanata, and on the right Jonathan running eSabine, eEzra. Both of these decks very meta. Both of these decks very bursty, being able to do some wicked cool damage. This is going to be an all-out slugfest. This is what we come to Destiny to really see some big-name characters and some cool support characters being able to battle it out against each other in some really cool scenarios. I'm really excited to see this round. So, starting out, we're going to have eMaz and running the Frozen Wastes, which is a very cool card. Fantastic to be able to remove a character die, especially if your deck is faster than your opponents. You are going to be able to potentially remove one of their dice. Against the Sabine eEzra combo, not necessarily always the best battlefield, since Sabine does tend to cheat out her damage. But Sabine doesn't always roll. She does only have 2 damage sides, so if you can be able to claim the battlefield after they roll some subpar dice, you can go ahead and remove one of those and do some pretty wicked damage. Jonathan on the right here is going to be playing the Outer Rim Outpost, my personal favorite, to draw a card and gain a resource. A lot of decks that used to run Moisture Farm, which is just gain a resource, have started to run Outer Rim Outpost because that extra ability to draw a card and shuffle through your deck a little bit more is very powerful. It kind of combines a little bit of the Moisture Farm and eMaz Kanata's Castle. Maz's Castle, just a really good battlefield if you're worried about not being able to get your cards that you need when you need them. So we do see eMaz getting the Force Speed on Obi-Wan. We see, oh my goodness, that was awesome. We see Jonathan rolling out eEzra and getting the double modified range sides on eEzra. That is some wicked damage. I've gone up against some Sabine eEzras before that, man, those +2 sides can be really deadly. So we may... it's going to be iffy to see what eMaz decides to focus down their fire on, if it's going to be eEzra or if it's going to be Sabine. We see the Sabine tricks already in play. We saw a hasty exit play to remove one of eEzra's dice, so Jonathan is in control of the battlefield. I don't know if there are any cards in Jonathan's deck that do require use of the battlefield. Yellow usually is pretty independent as far as battlefield control goes. Sabine rolling out and not quite hitting those damage sides this round. She did have the X8 sniper on here, which does have 50% damage sides. Unfortunately, didn't quite hit that. We see a truce play on Jonathan, and we see the disrupt of the resources. Ooh, very powerful. Being able to get rid of all of eMaz's resources in the beginning of the game, so eMaz not being able to get out any additional weapons in case he has any of those in his hands. Rolls out, gets a couple of resources on Obi's die. We see the easy pickings. Woo! Maz rolls out, gets the focus, turns to the Force Speed. The Force Speed being activated, taking 2 additional actions. Getting 2 shields, 1 on Obi, 1 on Maz. So we see 3 shields on the Obi-Maz side. We do see eEzra still sitting at the +2 range. We see Sabine and the 1 resource and a blank on the X8 Sniper. X8 Sniper does have the ability to turn the die to any side if you spend a resource. No resources on Jonathan's side just yet, but he just claimed 1. So we may see that X8 Sniper getting rolled in to do some good, but we don't yet. Looks like he's saving the resource for a little bit later. We see some passing, and we're going into the next round. The board state is 0 damage across the board. Nobody did nothing. I'm sorry, that was terrible grammar, but nobody did anything. We do see an early ancient lightsaber on Obi-Wan Kenobi, eMaz having claimed the battlefield. It's possible that the second eEzra die was removed by claiming the battlefield, which really prevented Jonathan from doing too much damage. Alright, we see eEzra roll in, getting a disrupt on a range damage side. Not super threatening, especially with no resources on the eObi-Maz side as far as I can tell. Obi-Wan rolls in for a shield, 1 melee, a blank on Obi-Wan and a force speed, and then a force speed special. We do see a hidden blaster being played out on Sabine. Okay, so what he did is he overwrote the X8 with the hidden blaster to remove a shield off of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then played the X8 sniper from his discard pile onto Sabine, paying its resource cost to be able to get the additional ambush action. And we see some damage come through. We see 3, 4, 5 damage onto Obi-Wan Kenobi, 1 blocked by a shield. First damage of the game in round 2. Sometimes that happens. All right, we do see Maz roll in, getting 2 single focus sides. We see the resolution of a single focus to turn 1 Obi-Wan die to the 3 melee. We see a resolution of a second focus side to turn the other Obi-Wan to the melee. We see 7 damage go through, and it looks like it went through to Sabine. That could have been a knocked out eEzra there, but it definitely looks like Luke on the left. Oh man, this is going to be a little confusing for me, because it's like, no, he's playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know, but his name is Luke. So Luke with Obi-Wan, getting 7 damage onto Sabine, 2 of it blocked by shield. So Sabine already getting close to that all-empowering half health mark. It always seems to me that when a character gets to half health, it feels like they're on the bubble. They could be knocked out at any time. And against, if you think about it, against a Obi-Maz, that's still definitely a possibility. We actually see the Obi-Maz claim super fast. This is an amazingly quick game. So now Jonathan being able to continue his round and decide what he wants to do. Just had a remaining 4-speed special showing a blank on Obi-Maz's side. Jonathan having the 1 disrupt, but no resources for Luke on the left. So Jonathan on the right deciding what he's going to do with it. Trying to pick if he's going to discard to reroll. He does have only, I think, 2 other sides on the eEzra die that would be good to discard to reroll into, either the range or the resource. So not really sure which way he would want to go in that particular regards. So at the beginning of the game, we did end up playing on Frozen Wastes, so Luke was able to go first, and so that set this whole thing off. All right, so he does not decide to re-roll the eEzra die, which I think was probably a good call. He did have a hyperspace jump in hand. You really don't want to discard that to re-roll. So we draw up. I think I may have seen a second easy pickings on Jonathan's side. Luke asking to look through the discard pile. There are only 3 cards in the discard pile right now. One of those is an easy pickings. Obi-Wan Kenobi rolls in, gains himself a shield. He just has that natural ability to get a shield, and he naturally rolls 2 4-speed specials. Okay, so we did not see an easy pickings on Jonathan's side. He just fanned it out for us to see. We did see DL44, and I think there's a Never Tell Me the Odds in there as well, and possibly an Impersonate. So we on the Obi-Maz side, Luke is showing the 2 4-speed specials, a shield on Obi-Wan, a 3-for-1 on the other Obi-Wan die, and then a 1 melee on the Ancient Lightsaber. Obi-Wan Kenobi rolling in and getting almost exactly what Luke wants to see. We do see the Impersonate play to remove all of the damage from Sabine and move it all over to eEzra. eEzra now sitting at 2 health. Obi-Maz could technically knock him out right now. He hasn't been doing a ton of damage, but as we saw in the beginning in the first round, eEzra can roll out some serious damage. A modified 4 damage is nothing to sneeze at if you can get that single base damage side, which Sabine, with a couple of weapons on her, can absolutely get. We see, again, the 2 single focuses on Maz's dice. We see the modify to Obi-Wan's 3 side. He's got the resources. I think he 4 speeds, turns the Ancient Lightsaber to the 3, and just does 9 solid damage to Sabine. But he does not. He actually turns the Obi-Wan Kenobi die and then resolves the other 4-speed special to get a little bit extra. Oh my goodness, that's what he was thinking. So he ended up doing 7 damage across the board to Sabine, and then with all the 4-speed specials was able to hyperspace jump right out. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. I can't see how that could have been too much better for Luke unless his Obi-Wan had already rolled the free 3 damage side on Obi-Wan Kenobi's dice, or if he had rolled the modified 3 on the ancient lightsaber. I don't really see too many ways that could have gone better for him. That's kind of the dream. Now, the chance of that happening 2 times in a row, not super great, and we kind of see that as we roll out. We see the Obi-Wan Kenobi hitting a shield and a resource. We got a focus and a 4-speed special on the 2 4-speeds, and then we got that 1 melee, that ancient lightsaber, you know, sure, slow and steady wins the race. Okay, not necessarily. We're going against, we got 2 decks here that are just slamming each other as hard as they can, as fast as they can. Man, it's super difficult for Jonathan to have been able to respond at all with so many extra actions. Maz's ability to resolve a couple dice just really coming in clutch right there and doing some amazing things. We see the overwrite for the DL-44, forcing Luke to have to remove one of his dice. He does remove the focus on the 4-speed special. He leaves the 4-speed... Oh, sorry, the focus on the 4-speed. He leaves the special on 4-speed out. We see Sabine roll in. She does get 1 damage side as far as I can see, and it looks like the 3. We got another resource. We've got a disrupt and then a blank on the other Sabine die. eEzra has not rolled out yet, but we could definitely see some pretty wicked things come through here. We have 4 resources on Jonathan's side, and he does have the hyperspace jump, which he actually uses. And it looks like he may actually be switching the battlefield as well. He does. So instead of removing a character die, we are going back to the very wonderful and amazing Outer Rim Outpost. Jonathan hoping he can start getting a little bit of claimability out. He discards, I think, 3 of his 4 remaining cards to draw up, looking for the second chance, and he got it. He got the second chance in his hand, so he is definitely not going to have a lost Sabine this round. Now, we are playing on Maz's Vault. We do have a Maz's Vault in play on Jonathan's side, so each player getting those 3 resources around, guaranteeing Jonathan to be able to either hyperspace jump or second chance. We see Obi-Wan Kenobi roll in, and he hits, oh my goodness, some damage. He hits the 3-for-1 sides on both of Obi-Wan's die. Both of the 4 speeds hit the specials, and then the ancient lightsaber, old reliable, did hit the shield side, so didn't get that 1 melee side that we're so used to seeing in this round. Jonathan on the right playing a hidden blaster straight out onto Sabine and has an ambush action. We'll see what he does. He activates Sabine. Oh, the hidden blaster may have actually been the activation on Sabine. Oh my goodness. We get the triple blanks on Sabine. Not what Jonathan needed to see right now. He does decide to overwrite the DL-44 with the ambush action with the second chance. So that's why we didn't see him overwrite at all, as he knew he was going to be overwriting the second chance on top of something this round. And with so many 4 speeds showing on Luke's side of the table with Obi-Maz, this is going to be a pretty massive turn for him. So Luke, part of the Destiny Council, it looks like, playing using one of those wicked cool mats that I really quite enjoy looking at. Having all the different council chairs for the different species of Jedi on Coruscant that all sit around in a circle and talk to each other about how awesome things are. I'm just having a little bit of a flashback to some videos that I've seen of the Jedi Council room, and yeah, it's great. So we do see a little bit of a question there on what Obi-Wan was showing, but it doesn't look like it was changed at all. It looks like it just got bumped. We do see a focus on Maz's die, turning the ancient lightsaber to the +3. I think that's because we're getting so many resources with that Maz's Vault out on the table that Luke is just going to be able to resolve so much damage, either for free or for some awesome. Oh, and here we go. We see the concentrate play with the 4-speed specials, being able to do all kinds of things. We Oh my goodness, we do them. My ally is the Force to be able to resolve one of your blue dice without removing it from the field. We see the pop to second chance with a single, and then we see the additional damage done, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. eObi-Wan showing the strength that deck can put out. Jonathan, well played. Well played. I don't know anything that I could have tried to do any better. Just got a little unlucky on the dice rolls. Way to go, both of these players, for making it into the World Championship. This is the final day of qualifiers for Day 2. And hopefully we get to see these players later. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.